Okay, man, it feels good to win a game. I think we did enough to win today. I was really impressed with. I thought offensively we had some tempo about us. I thought we played well around the quarterback, and I thought the quarterbacks did a really good job. Kind of being the point guard of the offense and distributing the ball. We had some balance. Outside of I think we had a 3-and-out early, and then we fumbled. I thought we did a lot of good. I think we started both halves a little slow, but once we settled in, I thought we moved it well. Defensively, at times we did a lot of good things. I thought we did a good job getting off the field on third down in the first half, but there's 3 or 4 or 5 possessions there that where we disappear. And I think we have to be. We were a little more consistent across the board today, but we know that there's going to be more consistency required. And the rush and the coverage got to work together. Overall, the rush defense has got to get shored up, and we have to eliminate some of these penalties that we had. We got away with a couple on offense. We overcame them. And then defensively, we had a few that were costly. So another good day in the kicking game. I thought we did a lot of good there. The specialists were sharp. We gave up one kickoff return, and I think maybe got out to the 35. Outside of that, big punt return that turned into points, and then big field goal there at the end to make it 3 scores.
Billy, you adjusted your quarterback rotation slightly, but it seemed to work out pretty well. Just what went into it going into, and your thoughts on how DJ and Graham both performed today?
Yeah, so really, I think we're just evaluating how the week went. Just in terms of Graham being back healthy, really was impressive this week in practice. I thought he had a great week, just really sharp. I mean, the ball was jumping out of his hand. And then DJ obviously got some great experience last week, and then we just kind of went with our gut there, kind of what we felt like was best for the team. We're still committed to playing DJ, and I think today he showed that he'll get a little better the more experience that he gets. I think he'll improve. So I think we're getting the best of both worlds there. Both guys make our team better. And we used DJ's legs a little bit today, not knowing that Graham was really healthy. So, again, I think this is the best thing for our team, and both guys played really well.
How do you feel about all the guys that got involved at the skill positions, wide receiver, tight end, running back? You guys had a lot of players step up.
Yeah, in a perfect world, that's who we are. I think the quarterback is making good decisions. We're distributing the ball based off the defense. And I think that's what we did well today. We took what the defense gave us, and we were spot on. I think the decision-making was really good. Handful of incompletions, but outside of that, I thought we were on point.
Your thoughts on the call against Montrell Johnson on that incredible play by Aiden Mizell?
Yeah, no, I saw it. Look, they've got a hard job to do, much like we have a hard job to do. Those are tough judgment calls, right? The point of view there, the angle. We don't have anything to do with it. We can't control it, so we're not going to spend time worrying about it. We overcame it. That's a good thing. And there'll be some things that we can coach Montrell there. He may be able to save it, right? Post the guy out, play with low hands, right? Use some of the kicking game tools that we teach. So ultimately, we'll look at the tape a little closer when we see it. I haven't seen the video.
What do you think of the play by Aiden, though?
Yeah, no, I predicted. I told Aiden pregame I thought it was going to be a great day for him. And look, he still made that play, right? We still got a chance to see him. He did a lot of good things run after catch today. His speed shows up. And he's another young player that's gaining confidence. And with Trey Wilson out, he was kind of the third guy that we pushed to the forefront there, and he made the most of his opportunities.
How critical the option play where they kind of botched that?
Mm-hmm.
You guys get it, and then DJ comes in, you guys go 93 yards.
Yeah, big momentum play. And really great to see our defense kind of stand up there. And again, we know that there's multiple opportunities to prevent even getting into that position. But a big stop. I thought we called it well right there, not just the 4th down, but 1st, 2nd, and 3rd to get it to 4th. I thought Jack Pyburn was phenomenal today. I don't know if anybody was taking note. I mean, I just thought he made a bunch of plays, disruptive. played more snaps today and deservingly so. So I think he was right in the middle of that fourth down stop.
Last year, the offense came on the second half of the season pretty well, kind of like what we saw today, scored a lot. The defense, though, was hard to overcome at times. What are you seeing maybe? Is there something different or something that gives you a little more hope that it's not going to be that same scenario once you guys are coming out of the bye and that you're just going to have to outscore teams?
Well, look, we are what we are. I mean, I don't have any other answer for you other than I think we're capable of better. I think we can play better. I think we can coach better. And look, we've got an open day here, and we need to take a good look in the mirror on both sides of the spectrum, players and coaches. And maybe we need to adjust who plays and who doesn't play, I still think that we need to handle the tempo better. I think ultimately a lot of their success was built around the tempo, and we know we're going to play teams that do that in the future, and we got to get ready for it. So it's good to win a game like that and go into the open day. And now, I told them in the locker room, I said, look, we're going to rest and recover, and we're going to take care of guys and all that. But when you show up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week, we're working. And we have work to do to improve, and we've got to put all of our heads together to try to get it shored up. But I do think we played well around the quarterback. Okay, I think when we protect the quarterback, we're capable of distributing the ball. I think we have skill. I think we played really efficiently today. We need to do that, and we called it aggressive because I think that's who we got to be. I think we need to use tempo. We need to be more aggressive, and certainly we got a capable group.
Coach, when you look at the defensive backs with some of the bang-bang plays, how do you talk to you guys about not being complacent and still being aggressive when they're getting some of those bang-bang calls going against them? What is the message to kind of continue to get them driving on the football?
Yeah, secondary, I think, is a position where confidence is key, and I think much like the offensive line, you've got 5 players that are working together, and you got to be on the same page. I mean, it's got to be, it's alignment, it's leverage, it's knowing where your help is at, it's eye discipline, it's fundamentals, and I think ultimately we'll be able to look at the tape and coach some of these guys relative to things that they can do better in those areas. But we did play tighter coverage. I thought there were times out there where, we played legal, and we were able to break up some passes and get off the field. And some of those are bang-bang. I think you got to, without taking the aggression away, just coaching the technical part in terms of what they can do better.
Seemed like they were getting you on a few runs down the middle too. Is that alignment or tempo or physicality or what?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, we got to get it fixed. And look, you want to play really good defense, you got to be strong up the middle. And it's discouraging, right? Because it's at the core of what you do. And I think we've got the personnel in there to be really good. And again, you got to give Mississippi State some credit, right? They ran it into the light box, and then they threw it when we were loaded up in there, right? So the RPO conflict was on full display today. And Levy's good at that. That's what he's made his living doing. So we got to get to the stuff where maybe we can show something and change the picture a little bit. And we did that a little bit in the second half. We got to get better. There's no question about it.
Some guys were missing, though.
What's that?
Some guys are missing in there, too.
Right.
A few guys are going to play.
Sure.
And then you're missing Trey Wilson. What's it say about the skill positions depth as you just kind of
Yeah.
alluded
Well,
to?
Mizell in particular is a player that we felt strongly about. He's had a great offseason, had a good camp. I think he's kind of in that 4th, 5th spot. Guy can run, man, and his hands have improved. I think Coach Gonzalez has done a good job, and Aiden's done a good job. He's tougher, he's more physical. That's an area where he needs to continue to grow. But just the ball skills, the play speed, some of the things you saw out there today are what we saw in high school. And again, Aiden could have went anywhere in the country. He's an elite track speed, 6'1". He's got a bright future in front of him.
Given how well Graham was playing in the first half, when you guys were backed up against your own 10, was there any thought to not putting DJ in that situation? And then what did you think of him proving you right? Because he did it twice.
Yeah, no, I think it works best. These things work best when you define the plan and you stick with the plan. And you got to play the long game a little bit. And you got to coach the player through it. You know, you got to, and we practice those situations with the players. He knows how to manage the game, and he did a great job. He did what he was coached to do, you know, and I thought, you know, I want both those guys to lead our team. I want both of them to have a positive effect on our team, and both have that ability. The team respects and loves both those guys, and they affect different parts of the team. DJ affects the younger part of our team. You know, Graham is more established, you know, and has the respect of the entire team. It's his team. He's the leader of the team. So it works best when they're on the same page. They're encouraging each other. They're working together throughout the week. You know, they're preparing together, and there's a confidence and an encouragement and a selflessness that I think is best for both players and for our team. And so,
You started the press conference by saying, hey, nice to get a win. I mean, how does this feel for you personally? You see the work get rewarded for the players and going on the road in this kind of environment?
yeah, it's good to win on the road in this league. It's always tough. And this can be a challenging place to play. Look, we have more work to do, okay? We won today, but we are very much a work in progress, okay? And this group can get so much better. I mean, we got so many individual players, position groups, and units on our team that I mean, we're not even close to being who we can be. And they know that, okay? That's what I told them in the locker room, and I think we saw flashes of it today, but we have to become a more consistent team. You know, and I think that's going to be the emphasis here in the open date. And look, I just want to see a little more scrap, a little more fight, in particular on defense in some of these situations that we had today. You know, I mean, we got multiple opportunities to get off the field, and you know, I just think we got to challenge the leadership, and we have to get a little bit more out of them. You know, I think ultimately that's what's going to be. For us to have success in the future, we got to play complementary ball, and at some point, we got to play really good defense.
What went into the decision to put Ron in the box, and how do you feel like that impacted the defense today?
Yeah, I do think we got it in better. I think it helped. I think he did that at Auburn the last 2 years, and I think ultimately he and I both agreed that that would be best for the team. He has a good game day eye up there. And, you know, there's pros and cons, right? He's not around the players between possessions, but I do think just his ability to see it, call it quicker, get the call in, and for those guys to go play, you know. So I think a lot of the things that we did early in the game, I think there was some benefit to that.
Was he communicating with the mics from upstairs?
Yes,
Do you think you guys will do that moving forward?
I do.
Marcus Burke had a pretty solid performance as well as Aiden did. He had a touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone there. What have you seen from Marcus throughout the season and today on the field?
Well, Burke is a player that flashes, right? I think I've always felt strongly that Burke is a very capable player. It's just about doing it every day, you know. And that's the challenge for a lot of parts of our team, for a lot of young players. Can you do it every play? Can you do it every day, right? And ultimately, that's who we are. So, you know, Burke's a talented player, but I want him to do it every day. And obviously, he's capable of making plays, but you know, he needs to be much more consistent throughout the week, you know, to earn more of a role in our team. But he stepped up today, and I'm hopeful he can do that more consistently in the future.
I don't know if you know Austin Barber. He's kind of a man around Gainesville. So, how'd you feel about his touchdown today?
You're not going to be able to tell that guy anything.
What do you want to get accomplished during the bye week?
Well, I think ultimately we're going to take a day and get him out of the building tomorrow. You know, we have to develop practice plans that reflect the areas where we need to improve, you know, and that'll be the challenge on all three parts of our team. We're going to get some guys back that are injured and unavailable now, which will be beneficial. But ultimately, it's back to the basics here. We got to really take a good look at where our issues are at the self-scout, and then getting ready for a Power 5 opponent coming to the Swamp, which will be, there'll be a handful. There'll be a challenge there.
Thanks, Coach.